So you can. Says it's 7. So Saturday. Here says it's 7, so I'm going to call this meeting over. Thank you for coming. Both the mayor specifically. Thank you. Excuse our other commissioners. Now some are here. So that brings us to agenda item 2, which is the oath of office for our news commissioner. So we probably have to stand out here. Center. So you do to that.
Yeah, that way you can block the camera.
Okay.
Raise your right hand. I, state your name,
I, Jordan Reed,
having been appointed to the office of planning commissioner
have been appointed to the office of planning commissioner
to the Harrisville City Council meeting
at the Harrisville City Council meeting
held on the 13th day of June, 2023.
held on the 13th day of June, 2023.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Utah,
the Constitution of the state of Utah,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations. Just need you to sign. You can shake your.
Thank you. Yep.
Now it's official. Yeah. This is a pretty important fraternity.
Thank you.
That brings us to agenda item number 3, which is consent for approval of our planning commission minutes from June 14th, 2023. You both need to read that. Yep. Any issues with it? They were very short this time. So
motion to approve our planning commission minutes of June 14th, 2023.
okay, motion to read the second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay. Passes, and then we'll move to agenda item 4, which is discussion action to recommend for a conditional use permit for Majestic Elementary located in 425 West, 50 North. Is turning staff for review of the staff.
Thank you. Good evening, commissioners. We have under municipal electronic signs that are going to convey messages and provide graphic advertisement do require conditional use. The output conditions are in the staff memo. The sign must have an dimmer to reduce sign intensity to at least 60% intensity. The sign shall not display flashing or rapid blinking. Each message shall remain for a certain time period between transitions. The signs are limited to commercial zone, manufacturing zone, and non-residential uses in the residential zone, which is classified as an elementary zone to conform. And the sign shall follow the rules for key signs. The electronic message shall not exceed 40%. You can see by the application it does not exceed 40%. And the planning commission is welcome to mitigate any impact of surrounding residential uses if you find determined to be any. And the applicant is here if you'd like to any questions.
So please come up, state your name for the record.
My name is Bill Levitt. Our manufacturing of these First Impressions, all licensed contractor is Science Sobriety. So anyway, here for Science Sobriety. Just a little bit of comments on Jenny. Yeah. Anyway, what she had said, our software for our message center is automatic dimming. We can dim it down to where we hit foot candles as needed. Where we need to, if it's a little bit bright, we can dim it down with software. When I talked to the young lady Melissa at the school, she said that she's not sure how long they would leave it running. Seems senseless to run it overnight. So I would imagine enough to where the people during the normal track up and down the road will be able to see it. So
Do we have a depiction of the proposed sign?
yeah, you want,
Yes.
didn't you have one? You want to see one?
Need to zoom. So good. Yes, dim. So
What a time requirement?
there is just to reduce the intensity after this. You don't have to turn it off. Could to save the fact that.
Yeah, I would guess, from what Melissa Copeland said, I would guess that I can run it till, the census run at 2 in the morning,
Right.
even probably past 10 at night. Because, nobody, I don't think drives in down the road that much.
Okay, good, thank you. So, my question really was, so how does this work? How will this sign, work? I mean, it's digital, obviously, but
What we do is on the side out here, we have a modem. So it's all cellular controlled. They're running power. I talked to Z, the custodian at the school. He talked to the Weaver School District. We're running power out to it. This part up here will be in a photo cell, so it'll come online, go off, or we could adjust it to where they could put it on time and do the thing they run, turn it off. But this is a small portion. The pencil, this is not one that is graphic and the sun. So what this is 15.85 matrix message center. So the hospital down in the corner of the ER, whatever it is, it'll be the same basic unit as what that is. So it's not going to be, obnoxious or anything. And we do follow codes every place they put them into. They got to have them static to where they don't just keep flying back and forth.
right.
So it's static long enough for somebody to see it coming up on it. And then to go to the next frame, and then the next frame.
So what's the amount of time in between each frame?
Typically, we see, it depends, we can modify it inside here. Don't usually change slides more than the.
What it says is the shall not be flashing or red blinking and may resemble strobe lighting. Each message shall remain visible for enough time for a person to read said sign without distraction or transition between messages. So that to me just says as they're coming up, it's going to stay enough to where they can read it before it changes maybe the next one.
It often determines what is on the content of the sign, how long you make a slide. Sometimes we have 2 or 3 words, sometimes we have a sentence. We adjust that.
It just says.
I would guess there's gonna be times they leave a message on for a significant amount of time if it's something that pertains to the school where they're dropping off kids in the morning.
So that's something the school that you.
Yeah, we give them the software to program it with. We give them aid if they need the aid to do it. But the software has all the dimmers, has all the time on and off, switches in it and all that stuff. And video, we typically never use video anymore because I don't think cities like it.
So do you provide the schools with our code so that they know what it is, or is that something that we need to do?
I discussed this with Melissa, this one page out of your
Okay.
stuff.
So as part of your training in this new thing, you'll.
Yeah, we can pass it on to you.
Good. Just makes sense that they
just so
That
they
would be
know.
important for them to know.
But the good part is the kids aren't gonna get hurt out there changing message center. There's a change arm anymore. Yeah,
That's why the videos would be next time, because you got too many other things going.
So just out of curiosity, when this thing is ramped up to its full potential, what brightness are we looking at?
at nighttime it dims itself down. I'm not sure what the nets are exactly. I could find it out with Jane or you guys know. But typically we never run full strength because it uses extra amps we don't need. And I'm trying to think close. Are you guys familiar with the RVs down in West Haven? Anyway, that it's gonna look just like that pretty well day in. So.
Great. I'm glad.
Yeah, in fact, I just put one in too for Mountain View Dentistry down in West Haven. Yeah, you know, that's a tractor sign. So, yeah, there.
It's right in the middles. The houses that are closest fire. There's still a good distance there, there's trees.
Yeah.
So, necessarily.
The house is west, will be a visitor freezer next to it, so this house is to the east, there's a freezer on the street, and then pictures, so.
Okay, well, that's good. Any recommendations for any particular
No staff,
staff
staff's recommendation is approval.
as indicated?
Subject to the code, which is included in the staff. Their concerns.
Are we waiting to?
If you guys can show me the way, just observer the skill.
Yeah.
A motion, yeah, conditional use permit needs to go. Sign subject to the conditions listed in the staff.
And the staff memo dated June 3. I will second that.
All in favor?
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
I appreciate it all. What do I do? I get a letter from you then?
So there's a, yes, there's a 15-day appeal period we have to wait.
Okay.
Before use permit can be issued once that 15 days is over.
Okay, I kind of had the school on hold because the last meeting, I think it rolled back to the school board. Do you think I could go ahead and order the business center, or do you think I need to wait? Okay, because I know they're getting anxious, they want to have the whole thing done, so when we start those.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
15 days in case someone objects. Sure. That brings us to discussion item number 5. Discussion action to final approval of Ben Lomond Subdivision Phase 2D located approximately 1975. Jenny, if you can take us through the rest of the packet here.
Sure. Thank you. We've been over, I think, phase 2D several times through the process. Staff has not found anything inconsistent, then the staff moved forward. The landscaping plan and the number of units is consistent with the master development. And I think this is one of the cleanest engineers memos I've seen in a long while. Outstanding conditions on the engineer's memo. And also those we expect and anticipate to see on. So we don't have any additional comments. Director Schinzel's here for any questions that you have. Space and entertain any questions, but we recommend approval subject to the staff meeting.
We're gonna find. Yeah.
I think the only thing that I noticed is different is there were fewer trees.
for the park and pictures at the end, so, because the last time the engineer, which I have here from May 4th, doesn't things on. Now it's just got that section.
That's good. Look, thunderous for the way that they try to come up, stop in the space still left. So,
We spent years negotiating that space. Is there anything else from the staff that's concerned us?
No, they've addressed all the issues that we had seen, Matt and myself. And again, we're hoping that this helps push them along, get going. On with the discussion last night of a special assessment. Hopefully have some more information coming forward soon to get it going.
So, I'm assuming you've seen the no parking lines on the streets.
And the no parking. Yeah. Came late to the party for the master's development agreement, but I have studied and researched it out.
It'd be interesting if we just got like all the interior box in red because of those times.
And mind you, 2D comes out right there, right off the highway, and we did get approval and funding to widen 2,000 in that little section, so we'll be doing that this summer, curb gutter, sidewalk, and widening. So there won't be that little gap between us and North Office. Little
Nice. So you'll be looking for. Yeah. And any other outstanding issues?
Be clear.
Yeah.
Everything could follow from that.
Yeah.
get rid of our wildlife preserve.
We had that same.
The deer.
First boat there, so that's the line of.
All right. Any other concerns from you? Yeah, concerns with it? To approve this.
I'll make that motion. So we recommend final approval on the Menlo Subdivision Phase 2D located 1975 North, 125 West. According to staff memo dated June 28, 2023, and the engineer's memo dated July 6, 2023.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Skins. Let's open it up to public. Got a 3-minute now. Okay, well, then we'll. That brings us to commission and staff. Jen, if you have any follow-up items for us?
Questions or to answer them.
How much training will be there? This is new for Jared too.
Right here. So your public and open meetings count, the non-discrimination training, if it counts. The online,
Something you mentioned.
so that's what you're on, like use training in June. Our appeal focus held a 2-hour training there. I can schedule the person training. We will schedule.
I think I get to that, but
So we can have them do trainings on conditional uses, we can have them do trainings on subdivision, I guess I do want to update due to the new legislation. Will be modifying subdivision ordinance. So we've contracted with Jones and Associates to help an employee there help us update our code. It has to be in place by February 2024, which puts us in, sorry, July. So I know we need to schedule and we need that. So we getting some help. So it will look a little different. If subdivisions once that comes up.
Would be good to have training about that.
See the,
So they're taking the city council completely out of the subdivision process. It's all administrative. And there's likely that you as planning commission will see the subdivision for equivalent use. But the final approvals will be done by a land use authority, but it's typically made up of probably like a project management team would be a good idea, but use of it would be enough. Because everything after that is administrative action, and once they meet the code, there's no.
So sure our group is good up front.
So we'll be updating the actual review steps in the code by February, but it will trigger a full review of our land use and subdivision code, because if you want to take things up or make other changes, then they need to be in the code versus going through the subdivision process. Although it was brought to my attention today in a conversation with Craig Paul that we can do development certain sites, but won't necessarily unless it's a mixed use development. Feel like subdivisions anymore. So as long as they the so that's a pretty big change from past. We have developed every subdivision. Change.
See, here.
So that'll come through, we will be holding a public hearing for requirements for land use, but it's actual subdivision code goes through state council.
Any other questions? So then I need to adjourn. Adjourn.
I have a motion. We adjourn our meeting for this evening.
Maybe a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Short.